All right, what is up? Welcome, motherfuckers, to the loneliest podcast in the world, dude. That literally is such a good. That's how I'm gonna open up for the rest of the time. Welcome to the loneliest podcast in the world. 1v9, the BLS Experience. What up? Hope you guys had a good week, bro. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I've been talking about like crazy shit that's been happening, and I literally had so much to talk about in this podcast. Dude, this is going to be a longer podcast, so hopefully you have time. If not, make sure you come back to the podcast because I got some shit to talk about. This podcast, we're going to be drinking Weller. It's the green label. Now, I know people go batshit crazy over this because the red label and I think the white label, when they sell this, I talked to the guy at the liquor store, and he says that the day that the truck comes, the red label gets there, people are waiting in line for it, and it usually sells out within 20 minutes. So this is the green label. I think this is like the bottom one. But, okay, it smells like normal bourbon. So I wonder if that captured it. Anyways, dude, I've been freaking sick. I think I got like food poisoning or something. And like what's going on and stuff, I feel way better today. So yesterday what happened was I literally woke up and my stomach was hurting. I had a headache, and then took some medicine and went back to bed, woke up, and I was taking like fat diarrhea, like super soaker shits after this. Like I did that before work, and then I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to go in work feeling like this. I'm just going to sit there all damn day and not do anything. So I called in, and since I called in, they were like, hey, with what's going on, you're going to have to go to the doctor, an urgent care, and you're going to have to get checked out. So I went there, and they think I have some type of stomach virus, which I could have diagnosed myself, but I had to go there just to reassure that I didn't have the fucking Rona virus. We'll get into the coronavirus shit. So I basically went in there. They took my temperature. My temperature was fine. I've had a kind of like a sore throat, and I'm not sure what that's from. It's not like where it hurts. It's just like discomfort, but it's been my stomach. My stomach has been, dude, I literally just got done. Bro, I was like telling my supervisor, I was like, I guess like the only problem I have to worry about this weekend is toilet paper. I'm being dead ass serious. It's like all the toilet paper's gone. It's like, what am I gonna do? I probably shouldn't even be drinking right now, but I'm just gonna say fuck it, dude. You know what I'm saying? So let's try this Weller. I've never tried this. This is recommended by a friend. Shout out to Roger. Yeah, let's try it. It's got a kick to it. It definitely has a kick to it. So, yeah, dude. If I gotta be careful about that shit. I can tell you that right now. All right. So yeah, if you guys can see, these are all the notes that I've taken from just this week that I wanted to talk about. So we're just gonna dive into it. It's definitely gonna be a longer episode, and I want to talk about like a lot of this shit. So first of all, I was like watching my old podcast, and I was like, damn, dude, you know what? Like, I want it to be better quality, but I guess it's like better than what most people have. Like, I have like a Logitech webcam, the one that I use for streaming. I have that, and then I just have this microphone's actually pretty nice. And then I just wish I had better camera equipment, and I had a better way of doing it. What I do now is I just run this to my mixer. My mixer plays it on my computer, and then I have OBS. Just recording. That's literally it. And I guess it's like better than what most people have, but I do want a better setup. And that's what I was thinking. I was doing some investigating, and what I was doing is I bought this little cam link thing, and I was going to use my vlog camera, which is a Canon G7X. I was going to use that for my webcam. Well, I didn't do the fucking research, and I bought the webcam, or I had the webcam, or the camera. I bought the cam link, which basically makes it to where you can use your cameras as your webcam on, like for OBS and streaming and stuff like that. Then I found out you can't even use that camera with CamLink. It's not compatible. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go look and see like what kind of cameras everybody has. So I went to like Logan Paul, David Dobrik, just those big guys. And so I kind of priced it out because you guys talked about, or I know I talked about in like the second episode that I wanted to buy a MacBook, and MacBooks are like probably going to cost me about $2,500, which sucks. So I looked at everything, and the camera and lens that I want that I can use for vlogging and that I can use for the podcast and I can use for like streaming, like my webcam, the body and the camera is going to cost me $2,700. So just the MacBook and the camera together, I'm looking at $6,000. And then I want to get a new setup. Like not like new, but like I want to get like a new table and then like mount a TV, get new monitors. And I was looking and pricing everything right now, $10,000 to get everything. Now, I know the thing is like people who are in this field and that are successful, $10,000, they have it tomorrow. Like all the shit that I'm talking about, they have that tomorrow. Like they're like, they can just go out and fucking buy it and be done. But I, as a person who a lot of people ask me, how much do I make off YouTube and how much do I make off Twitch? YouTube, I make nothing, zero, zilch, like nothing at all, zero. I literally just make the videos for fun, literally it. And that's when back before Phase 5, that's what I enjoyed the most, when I was just making those videos and getting views and getting people to comment on my videos and having like conversations with people in the comments, and people always coming back saying they enjoyed the content. That's what I enjoyed. When Phase 5 came around, money got into it, and then that's when I was like waking up and I was like, fuck, I have to make a video because I want to make money. And then so that's why I don't really have like make money on YouTube. Plus I only get like 100 videos of views, or 100 views of video, so it wouldn't even like be like anything crazy. Twitch, I make like $100 to $150 every month to 2 months. So that's literally nothing. Like there's a 12-year-old out there right now that makes just as much, if not more, on Twitch than I do. So I'm basically trying to save up money through my day job to buy all this shit and still be able to like make payments on like my rent and my internet and all that shit. And I think I summed it up, and my monthly bills are somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500 a month for everything: Netflix, electricity, internet, rent, PS4 memberships, Spotify memberships, all that shit. So it's like $1,200 to $1,500, and so. I was talking about wanting to get a new car at the end of the year, but I think what's going to happen is I'm going to save up money to buy better equipment for this, especially if I get a MacBook and I get that camera. I can do this shit anywhere. It can be fucking anywhere. I can bring this mic, bring a mixer, bring my MacBook and the camera. I can literally go to fucking Sahara Desert and record a podcast, which is cool. So, that's what the goal is. I think it would be really cool to do these 1v9s and travel. Well, obviously you can't travel right now because fucking coronavirus, but travel and go to like Salt Lake City, or just like go anywhere with like a nice view. Like instead of you're looking at like shaders in a wall and the background is like fucking mountains or an ocean or whatever. Like just random places every like different places every time, because I don't really see anybody doing that. So that's what I'm wanting to do. Like I like the couch thing, but I think that I would enjoy it better if I can go to like wherever the fuck I want and just record a podcast there. So I'm meant to save up $10,000 so I make that possible, and it's gonna be a while. And I'm trying to read these notes. Oh, okay. So I wanted to talk about this, and I didn't think it would be talked about this early, but I try to like make it to where we transition into good things, but this is just a huge transition. So you guys know Warzone came out. I don't know if you looked, but this weekend they had the Dr. Disrespect tournaments going on. And I know two people that I follow for sure, Nick Merckx and Nade Shot, tweeted out, "Hey, I'm looking for people to play in this tournament with," because it was a trios tournament. And I was like, okay. But what pisses me off is they're literally just impression farming, like getting their impressions up, because you have all these people trying to be like, hey, favorite it, retweet this, and comment being like, hey, I'd love to play. And when I was watching the tournament, like when I didn't watch a whole lot, but when I was watching it, it's like not a single person in that tournament wasn't in a huge organization or didn't have 1,000. Everybody had over 1,000 viewers, concurrent viewers on Twitch, or was in a huge organization. That's it. Now, what I understand that you want a viewer base, but if you had Dr. Disrespect and two smaller content creators, all Dr. Disrespect's people are still gonna watch him, and then they might be like, oh, dude, that they're playing with, like, Doc might inspect this guy, and this dude does something crazy, and then bam, all of a sudden he gets exposed to this huge group of people, and now they have started their YouTube channel or their Twitch, and now they can like actually start making progression and start building a brand. But when this happened with Fortnite, and I was pissed about the same scenario, is because all the people that were in it, like Keemstar's tournament, the Fortnite Fridays, damn, I got the hiccups. The Fortnite Fridays, you had to have some type of audience to draw towards that. Like, you could have played with Ninja, and who's like, you could play with Ninja and Shroud, and you could be let's fucking, like, who's like a, like, you could just be someone who has like 500 viewers. Your 500 viewers aren't going to change the fact that you're playing with Ninja and Shroud. Those people are going to already come and watch. So if you have Ninja on one team and two small content creators that are fucking good, that just need a shot, all those people are still going to come watch Ninja. You're still going to get the same amount of eyes on it. They might just not watch Ninja and be like, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. He's actually like really good. Let's go watch him. But no, this Dr. Disrespect tournament is just like a bunch of people just like, fucking that already made it. You're just like feeding the people who are already fed. That's literally what it's like. It's like having a imagine like going to a buffet, and the people who ate lunch get in front of the line, and the people who haven't ate at all during the day, they're just like, yeah, since you're a little smaller, get back to the line. So the people who've already getting fed literally just get more fed. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're not growing the community. I don't think you're growing the community as much when you have all these guys you just put them back in the same basket. You're not having other people like help you out. And so in Fortnite, I know for a fact, because I played with Demo, who was Bizzle's, if you guys know Fortnite, Ghost Bizzle. His dual partner was Demo. And I was on a squad with Demo before he got signed to Ghost. And I remember that whole transaction because I wanted to play with him, but me and him had the same play style, and it didn't really work out too good because we always were we were always the aggressive ones, and so we were always the ones first in action and all that. But me and him were cool. And then he ended up going to play with Bizzle and his squad. And then after that, we picked up Tempo. And if you guys know who Tempo is, he's in FaZe now. And some fucking how he got in, I don't really know how that transaction happens, but he's in FaZe now. So there's two guys that I played with, and I was the team captain, really. Like, we had Locked, who was like recruiting everybody, but like I was like the IGL, and basically the dude that was calling shots. And I got that because I was like the best player on the team. But then you had, you know, Demo go to Ghost, and then you had fucking Tempo go to here. And they ended up playing in the Fortnite Fridays, and guess who didn't? I didn't. Like, so I'm in the same fucking scenario. And what I was digging into this is it's all, you know, you could be the best player in the world, but if no one knows about you, you ain't gonna be shit. Like, there could be someone out there that's better than Shroud. I know it's fucking hard to believe, but there could be. And like, Shroud is like uploading videos of him getting like, you know, this many kills, this many damage. I've had games where I've had that many kills and that many damage. Like, so I'm not comparing myself to Shroud in any way. He's better than me at every aspect of the game. What I'm saying is, like, Shroud's like the best player, and if I'm doing the same numbers as he is, that should say something. You know what I'm saying? And like, you have like these other guys who are just like content guys who, you know, they just keep putting their bread back in the same basket, and there's no way for other people to grow. And I have talked about this a fucking lot in the past. But for phase 5, here's a perfect example. Phase 5, the reason I had my success was because of one person and one person only. One person. If I didn't know this guy I'm trying to figure out how me and him met. But if I didn't know him, I would have never made top 100 or top 20. And it's not like a thing where I paid him to help me. I didn't do that. It was just he liked my content, he thought my raps were good, and he decided he already had a name in the community, and he wanted to help me. And that person was FaZe Replays. Now, he was Soul Replays back in the day, but he liked my shit. He thought I was good. He was the one who put all my shit in the Soar chat. Like, every time I uploaded a video of me hitting a shot, put it in the Soar chat. That bled over to the FaZe chat, Skype chat, and then that's how I got connected with Adapt. That's how I got connected with Brio. That's how I got connected with... Oh, fuck, what's his name? He's Adapt's best friend. I can't think of what his name is. I can't remember. I've only played with him a couple times, but I was able to play in 6-mans. I have videos on my YouTube video of me the first time meeting Adapt, and it was all mutual stuff through Replays. So if Replays never helped me out, I'd never make that. So that's what I'm saying. Replays was already developed. He's seen a guy who had good content, and he wanted to help him. He helped me out, and I made progression off of it. That's literally how it is now, because there is, and I think people think that there's only so many spots. But that's just a mental block to anybody. There's not only so many spots, you know? This isn't the fucking NBA where they have like a team cap. Like 15 players on a team. That's not a thing with the internet. That's not a thing with YouTube. That's not a thing with Twitch. It's a thing where people need to be given the opportunity, and then it's on them after they do that whether they are successful or not. Are you interactive? Like, let's say Twitch. Are you interactive with the chat? Are you a good player? Are you funny? Are you playing with other people that have a big audience? Like, that's really what it is. But like, if no big streamers or someone who has like a voice in the community doesn't help out, how the fuck are small people gonna make it? You know, like, all these people in Fortnite, I know who is Skeptic. Skeptic is like, he's like a 15-year-old Fortnite player. Is he really good? Yes, he's really good. But guess what? If he didn't kill Tfue, he would have never ever been as big as he is now. And the only reason he got that is because all these people were like, he killed Tfue, which Tfue was the biggest name in Fortnite, and probably is still one of the biggest names of Fortnite, because it was between Ninja and Tfue. And Tfue was, every time Tfue and Ninja had interactions, he'd kill Ninja. And then Ninja became the big thing, but Tfue was always like the best player. And then if you have a 14-year-old kid kill him and he clickspace that, then he gets his name from killing Tfue. So like, if I killed Shroud, and let's say like Shroud, Skadoodle, and Summit were a trio, and I was a solo and I killed all of them, I probably might be able to clickbait that to where it gets some views, but people really don't give a fuck because I'm a 25-year-old. I'm not a little kid killing these like professional gamers. But something has to happen, and I'm just so confused on how it is. And that has that has put me in a position where I have now no longer gave a fuck about growing on Twitch or YouTube. I don't care anymore. I don't think it's ever gonna go anywhere. Take a drink. I don't think it's ever gonna go anywhere, just because I never have no one new come in to my Twitch. I only get like 100 views on my videos. And, you know, it might happen. You never know. I'm just going to bank on it not happening. But I'm really just been focusing on things that I enjoy doing. And, you know, when we talk about purpose, I feel like your purpose is something that you can do and you lose track of time. Or there's something that you do that you look forward to doing the next day. Or like I do these podcasts one time a week. I only record them one day a week, and then I edit it. I edit it another day and upload it. I look forward to doing these podcasts. Even though I'm not talking to anybody, I know it's going out. I know there's people that actually enjoy it. I've had like great feedback on the podcast, so I've enjoyed doing this shit. And I enjoy gaming because usually when gaming's going good, I'm enjoying it. But when the new game comes out, like when Warzone came out, what I'm really focused on is I've just like kind of studied what happened in the past of past battle royales. The people who are killing big streamers, killing TTV kids and making reacting to or killing Twitch streamers, like those videos. High kill games, those videos. Like I've done high kill games and those didn't work for me, but they've worked for other people. I think you have to like somehow get tied in with playing or killing someone who's big. And yeah, and like even if I killed like I said, even if I wiped Shroud, like Skadoodle and Summit, my name on there is just BLS. They're not going to be able to find me on any other platform just because my name's on all the other platforms. It's BLS, which I could probably change it on fucking whatever, but it's whatever. I like the look of just BLS in the thing. So, but, I like doing this and I don't ever think it's going to happen. And I don't really care about growing this. If is that really what I want to say? I don't know. Like if I had the option right now to like join 100 Thieves and have 10,000 views on every my videos, well, obviously I'd do that. But like right now, as far as like making Warzone videos and making podcasts, I'm cool with that. And if I have 100 people watching it for the rest of my life, I'm cool. Because I've kind of given up on that dream. And just really just going to go and just do shit that I think would be cool. And like also like for these, for instance, when I'm dead or when I'm older and people want to know like the documenting your life thing. When I'm dead, which no one knows when you're going to die. Let's say I die next week. I have an arsenal. I mean, a stupid amount of videos that if someone's missing me, they can go type in ItsBLS and you could start from fucking 9 years ago and you can watch my videos and watch me grow as a human and all that stuff. So these podcasts, you can literally just like, if my mom missed me, she can get on here and listen to the podcast and it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I miss him. So I'm going to, you know, just reminisce. So that's what I'm going to really focus on YouTube and shit for. And it's made me kind of want to not stream because when I stream, I'm always thinking, get good gameplay, talk to chat, and basically that's it, you know, keep things flowing. But in the back of my mind, when I look over to the chat and no one's talked for 2 hours, that fucks with me. I'm like, dude, like, why am I streaming? It's just weighing on me. And I just can't really just be lax and play the game and enjoy the game when I'm just trying to like do cool shit. and shit that I normally wouldn't do if I wasn't streaming. Like, I remember there was one play that I made, and I never would have done this if I wasn't streaming, for sure. There was one play where we were at the middle mall, and we were leaving. We knocked somebody, like, east, and we hopped in the car, and we went over, and we were going to drive over. And when I was driving, I seen somebody looking at us on top of a building. And what I did was I fucking straight up hopped out of the car, and I tried to shoot him. Just for, like, a Twitter clip or something. I ended up dying. But if I don't stream, I'm like, oh, fuck that guy. We'll go over here and just finish these guys that we downed. But I do shit on purpose to try to entertain the chat, but when there's nobody in chat, I'm thinking, what the fuck, you know? The other thing that's frustrating, it would make my life so much easier, is when I hit cool shit, which is frequent, I'll like freak out, and then I'll be like, hey, can someone clip that? And then nothing happens in the chat. So like that's made me want to like not stream and literally just play and record, and then make highlights off those recordings. Because, you know, I know what Gary Vee would tell me. He'd be like, no, keep fucking streaming and then keep, you know, make videos off of those streams. That's what I think he would tell me. But it kind of sucks when you look over there and there's, you know, you have 2 viewers and nobody's talking in the chat. So it kind of fucking, I don't know, dude. I just like, I gave up on it on a fucking whole, and, you know, I don't know. I have zero clue. But let's move on to the next thing. We're going to get a little more interesting. I know I kind of ranted there. It might sound like I'm fucking salty. I am salty, but I mean, we're going to change the subject. So I was on YouTube the other day, and I seen this show called, what was it called? The Button Dating Show. And let me see if I wrote anything else down about it. Okay. So, it's a button show. It's a button dating show, and basically what it is these strangers, these people who have never met each other, literally go to this table, and there's a button in the middle, and the button is tied to someone talking. And what happens is the button asks you questions between the two, and you guys have to answer. And then after, I don't know, a time limit, the button turns red, and you can click that button, and your date, basically, you're eliminating that date, and someone else has to come in. And bro, when I was watching this, I was like, dude, sign me the fuck up. Because a lot of people were just like, the bad part a lot of people said was they'd be talking to somebody and they would act like they were into it, and then the button would light up and they'd push the button, and they were just like, dude, I'm sorry, I feel like an asshole right now. And then it just kept going. But that's right up my alley, and I feel like it'd be good. And here's the benefit behind it. If you got, so like, let's say I went on a date with a girl, and neither of us pushed the button, and our first date lasted 10 minutes. The people who were running the show would give them a second date and pay for all the expenses. And I'm like, dude, sign me the fuck up. So I seen that. If you guys go watch the button show, it's actually pretty entertaining, because, you know, it's just like people. I've been watching like a couple of videos like that, like Vogue, and like these weird, like there's like videos where people like ask their exes and their parents or their parents like weird questions, and if they don't want to answer, they take a shot. I've been watching a couple of videos like that. Man, people be texting me, people be Snapchatting me. Ooh, oh, never mind. Okay. So yeah, hold on, let me take a drink. That one's rough. Which makes me, way into this. Okay, so this is what I wrote down. Dating apps are getting boring, so I'm deleting them. And the funny thing is about that is In the button show, there was like this other ones, and they, kind of ask you like, what do you look for in a girl and shit like that. And fuck, I don't really know, man, because there's so many different types of girls out there that I've been attracted to that are different nationality. They're dressed different, they talk different, they look different. I love brunettes, right? A lot of people know I'm a brunette guy. Like a Brazilian, like dark haired, like not like, like brown skin, like tan, and like I'm more of an ass guy than a tit guy. So like something with like nothing too big. Like we don't want no like Kim K, like anything. Like Summer Rae is like the cap, and then like just a nice booty within that. But there's also been blondes who are like pale, and they have like it's just kind of like weird. And so I kind of like thought like, what, like, why am I I don't really know what I want, and I don't really want to force it, so why the fuck am I on these dating websites? So I ended up deleting my accounts on Tinder, and I deleted my account on Bumble. There's a few girls I have on Snapchat, and I'm gonna wait to see for like a week if they even message me. If they don't, I'm gonna delete them, and then I'll just like be like scratch free from where I like apart from where I live. But the shitty part about that is the other way to meet girls is fucking going out to the bar, going to the gym, going to a social event like St. Patrick's Day event or whatever. But the fucking coronavirus is going on, so right now you can't go anywhere to fucking meet anybody. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? Now you almost need the dating apps to fucking meet people. What the fuck, dude? So, I mean, I've had mixed feelings, but I do not have an account on either one right now. I deleted both of them, and I just genuinely just don't really give a fuck anymore. So yeah, like there could be a lot of good things about like completely getting off deleting apps, because basically what I did was every night when I laid down in bed, I would literally just sit, watch The Office or whatever the fuck I watch, and I would literally just sit here and just swipe, not even look, just keep swiping until my swipes ran out. Go to Bumble, swipe, and then if I match with somebody, if I was attracted to them, I would stay matched. And the good thing about Bumble was the ladies had to make their move first, because as far as shooting your shot, I'm awful at it. Can't fucking do it. I don't know what a good first message is to someone. I'm way better in person. And you can ask questions, and depending on the girl, it can come across fucking boring, it can come across creepy, or it could come across like sexual to them, and they're like, oh, I'm not looking for one night stand. So it's like a rough fucking like area with that, and I'm just not good at it. I've never been good at shit like that. Like I would rather just like find it, either have a girl come up to me in public or me go up to a girl in public, because I would kill that way more. I would have way more nerves, obviously, but I would just destroy that way better, just because like you can't really like get sarcasm and emotions through like messaging. And I seen that Bumble actually has the capability now of, if you match with somebody, you can video chat with them, which is like, all right. But on Bumble, the most, like, how like if you're on a dating website, it says like this amount of people like likes you, and if you use this, like if you buy this like monthly subscription, you can see who they are. And so on Bumble, I had always less than 10, always. And I'd probably get like one match, maybe two a day. And then on Tinder, I think the most I had was like 40, like people that liked me. And then I would probably get like 2 to 4 matches a day on there and go through. And like, but the thing is like, it's not like you're swiping right on girls that you only like, or swiping right on everybody, like everybody. So literally a fucking like There's usually like I've seen people who have like dogs as their fucking profile picture with no caption, and you know I'm not looking, so I'm just swiping right, and then they'll match with me. I'm just like, what in the fuck are you on Tinder for when you just have a dog as your picture and you have nothing in your bio? Like, you're literally a ghost right now. We don't know who you are. But the ones that really piss me off are the fucking ones that say, come to my website and do this and I'll show you this, or, you know, yada, yada, yada. And they're usually like bots or like, you know, whatever. But I came across this one girl and oh my God, dude, it literally is so frustrating. So like the first time I messaged her and we just like had small talk, and I might have talked about this, but there's been more if I did talk about it. But it turned out I've said we talked like 6 days total, and I've known her for about 2 weeks. And every single time at the tail end of what the fuck we're doing, she would be like, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? Can you send me this amount of money because I have this problem? I'm like, dude, no, I don't even fucking know what you look like. Don't ask me for money. Next fucking day, hey, can you do me a favor? What? My cell phone bill's due tomorrow, and I won't be able to message you if I don't have it paid. No, I'm not giving you money. Next day, hey, my car needs fixed, and I gotta go to work in 2 days. Can you fork me some money? No. And then the last one that she asked me was, she said, hey, can you do me a favor? No, so what happened was she asked me for something. She asked me for money for something, and it was like $90. And I was like, listen, we have not talked one time without you asking me for fucking money. I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm not a fucking ATM, and I'm never going to give you money, period. Don't, like, quit asking me. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry. End of conversation. 2 days later, she messaged me. Hey, I'm like, what's up? She's like, nothing, about to go to work. So I was like, okay, finally, a normal conversation. And then she's like, she's like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. We talked for about an hour. Then she's like, hey, I forgot to pack my lunch. I have to order food. Can you send me some money to order food? And I just wanted to test it to see. I just wanted to test to see what the fuck was going on. I said, how much? $50 fucking dollars to order food through Postmates. You out of your mind. You out of your fucking mind. I was literally like, you need $50 to order food for lunch. You're fucking high. I said, it's not happening. Zero. I told her, I even gave her this option. Because you know what, this is really what I was going to do. I said, hey, if you want me to give you food, I'll order, like, tell me what you want from this place. I'll order it and have it delivered for you. But what I was going to fucking do was thread the goddamn needle, and I was gonna literally, so let's say she wanted Chipotle, and she wanted to deliver here, I was gonna go to fucking Chipotle, get it myself, and deliver that motherfucker myself, just to see if it's like some 45-year-old dude trying to scam me out of some fucking money. Well, she wasn't into that. She's like, no, it's okay, I'll just go without eating. Bull fucking shit. So I ended up deleting her on Snapchat, and I haven't talked to her since. So I'm just like, you get people like that on these fucking websites, and you're just like, these dating apps, you're just like, dude, this is fucking annoying. So yeah, I've completely deleted the fucking thing. You know, I'm just like over it. It seems like way too much effort when I've had Tinder for probably, let's see, couple years. I have never met one person that I matched with. Not one. But I don't get very many matches anyway, so it's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, it's pointless. I deleted them. So really, as far as quitting stuff, I've been doing pretty good because I've basically quitted vaping. I don't have my vape anymore. I threw it away. I have a buddy at work that lets me hit it every now and then when I'm like stressed. but I'm not chiefing it every day, and I can't hit it when I'm at home. So, oh yeah, let's talk about this. So we're transitioning into something that happens to me almost on the regular, and it really pisses me off. So, sometimes when you're trying to be nice, it's like an energy thing. If you're being nice to people, if you're being cool, usually like you feed that energy feeds off of you and affects that person, right? So it doesn't matter where the place is. It can be the fucking liquor store. It could be it can be wherever, work. It could be going into a restaurant. No matter what, there's people behind me walking into the same place that I am. I hold the door for them every time. And that used to not be a thing until I started working at the place that I currently work at. But, bam, hold the door. So when I hold the door for them, what is the common fucking thing to say? Thank you. Most people are usually like, thank you. And then you walk in, they walk in, and then there's another door there, and then they'll hold it for you, and you say thank you, and you walk through. It happens a lot like that. But there's that one occasional asshole who you'll hold the door for. They don't look at you. They don't smile at you. They don't say thank you. They don't do fucking anything. They just walk through the door like there is no door there and you're not holding it. I personally want to sign a petition and get a petition started that if you hold the door open for somebody and they don't even fucking give you a little grin, say thank you, hold the door for you in the next one, you get a 15-second period to fucking give them a nice right hook. Age doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. She can be a 90-year-old fucking woman. If I hold the door open for him and she doesn't say thank you or give me a smile, I get fucking old granny gonna get fucking the right hook. And then guess what? Next time somebody opens the fucking door for her, she's probably gonna say thank you because she doesn't want to get the fucking right hook. There's so many like in my mind when it happens, like I'm just so mad. Like there's been a couple times where like I've opened the door, there's one chick, the chick that made me write this down. This is what happened to make me write this down. So I'm at work, right? We're walking out of the lunchroom. Okay, I'm by myself. She's like 30 feet behind me. Because I look back. We make eye contact, so I didn't want to be the fucking dickhead where she's like, "Wow, he didn't like hold the door for me." So I stood there, let her walk up. Doesn't look at me, doesn't say thank you, no smile, just fucking walk straight through like there's no damn door. I was this close to grabbing her arm, throwing her back in the room, and slamming the door. So fucking close, because dude, like if I'm literally gonna stand there while you take your sweet old granny ass time walking to that door and you don't say thank you for me holding that fucking door, well guess what, bitch, you're going back in and nobody's on the fucking door for you. That's what I think, and I just don't understand why people do that. So if someone holds the fucking door for you, just say thank you. And there's a lot of shit. It's not just holding the door. There's so much shit that people just aren't grateful for. But holding the door is something I do on the fucking regular that people don't say thank you. And oh my God, please, there's got to be some fucking way. Like if, just imagine me walking around with the fucking taser and I open the door hold the door for someone and they don't even look at me or anything, say anything. I should be able just to walk up and fucking tase them until they're on the fucking ground. Or like knock their food out of their fucking hand. Like I don't care if I sound like a dickhead. I just think that if you're being nice to help somebody out and they don't fucking acknowledge you, and I don't do it for the acknowledgement, I do it for maybe they think, oh my gosh, like that kid was so nice for holding the fucking door for me. Next time I see someone behind me, I'm going to hold the door for them. It's just like fucking spreading positive vibes. If they don't, like, I don't care if you've had a shitty day. I don't care if your fucking grandma or your mom died. I don't care if your dog died. I don't care what's going on. If I'm holding the fucking door for you and you don't say thank you, because whatever's happened previous to that second where I'm holding the door for you, none of that fucking matters. I did nothing to upset you, so don't be a bitch and try to fucking and be a dickhead to me and just like piss me off, because guess what? You're gonna get roundhoused and you don't know. So I'm just saying, dude, like I seen that and I was like, dude, people's etiquette is fucking awful these days. And it's like, I work in a hospital, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody who's there is usually professional. So like, hold the fuck, like, I'll go in the lunchroom and the people serving the food will look at my badge and they'll be like, Mr. Hicks, how's your day going? Oh, I'll look at his name and be like, oh, my day's great. Thank you for asking. They're like, what can I get you? And I was like, well, I want this. And then they'll put it in there. Have a good day, Mr. Hicks. And I'll be like, you have a good day too. It's just like fucking good energy feeding off one of another. But when you have fucking negative Nancy over here fucking pissed off because her fucking whatever, her dog shit, and she stepped in it on her way to work. Don't give that energy to me, because I'll fucking roundhouse you. That's literally what will happen. And I think that, the day's coming where I fucking hold the door open for somebody, they don't say anything, and I grab them by the arm and I put them back inside the room and shut the fucking door. The day's coming. And I'm gonna get in trouble for it. I fucking know. I know. So let's go ahead and talk about the coronavirus. Shit's getting crazy. I know they said like the grocery stores have been nuts. I think California went on a mandatory lockdown. But as far as like shit that I've personally seen at the hospital that I work for, they're doing these mask fittings, and it's really fucking weird. And I was like, when I first seen what they were doing for it, I was like, what the fuck? So this is what happened. Walking in past the lunchroom or the cafeteria, walking past it, see a big fucking group of people in there, and all the tables are gone in the cafeteria. Just a big line of people. And then I look farther back, and there's somebody with a goddamn beehive box on their head, and they're doing high knees in the lunchroom. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go into the shop, I get my shit, I come back out, and there's still fucking people doing it. So I'm thinking, why do and other people are just like bending over and touching their toes and fucking jogging in place and doing weird shit. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? So what it is they're getting fitted for masks, I guess. There's like different type of masks, and they got to get fitted for it. I don't really know what the fuck's going on, but that's going on in the hospital. Like I said, I went to my doctor's appointment and I tried to get tested for the coronavirus, and they couldn't do it. They said the only way that you can get tested, if you got a doctor's order to get tested, you would have to go to, there's one place in my city that you can go to, and it's on a university, and get tested if you have a doctor's order. Well, I wasn't showing any symptoms. I had like a mildly sore throat, but I didn't have a fever. And they're like, well, we're not going to send you down there. So, but we've set up like drive-through areas in the hospital to like get swabbed for the flu. And if you don't pass, there's like a bunch of shit going on. But my job, which you guys know, I work on medical equipment. My job, we're still working right now, and if it gets bad where everything goes on lockdown, there's like non-mission essential and there's mission essential, and I was non-mission essential. So basically what it was is, if they went to mission essential, I wouldn't come into work. But with my company, because I'm third party in the hospital, with my company, they still were going to pay me. Which I was thinking, holy fuck, I hope the coronavirus comes here and gets bad, because I would love to play video games all fucking day and still be making money at my job. And as of Thursday, I got put on the Mission Essential list, which is good, but the lazy side of me is like, fuck, dude, I was really looking forward to playing COD for 16 hours and fucking getting paid. I really was. And that's just the lazy side of me talking. But as it was getting explained to me is, you know, they say that no matter what, they're going to pay you. But let's say it goes on for 6 weeks, and then they're like, yo, dude, hey, we've paid you for 6 weeks. You haven't done fucking jack shit for what we pay you to do. We're not paying you anymore. And they say that like this shit can last up to 18 months. So this corona shit. So let's say like it's Mission Essential for 18 months, and I'm off fucking work for 18 months, and they pay me for 6 weeks, and then after 6 weeks they say, fuck you, dude, we're not paying you until you go back into work. So it's mostly good, but the lazy side of me says it's bad because I can't play Call of Duty all day and get paid. So, which is what I would love, you know. You guys know I'd love to fucking sit here and make, you know, a couple $1,000s a month fucking playing Call of Duty. It'd be great. I'd basically be living my dream without having like all the Twitch viewers and fucking all the viewers on my YouTube channel. Basically, you know, be making that income and playing, you know, Call of Duty. But yeah, that happened. And I didn't get tested for corona, but they said that I have a stomach virus. But the only way that I would get to be able to stay home and put on quarantine if I actually got the coronavirus, which I'm probably, the amount of exposure I have towards people is very slim. I'm within 6 feet of maybe 20 people a day. It's probably more. I'm just like thinking about like common interactions. The odds of me getting the coronavirus are very slim, just because I go to work, I work in a really like cautious place, a hospital, and then I fucking come home and play video games. So the odds of me getting the fucking coronavirus is not, they're really fucking slim, really slim. And like, I'm at a decent age. I know like it affects more of the older people, but it's still, I know people are like saying it's still a serious virus, you know, whatever. I need to get it to believe that, but I don't even know anybody who has it personally. So, we were sitting in the shop, one day, and I was scrolling on Facebook, and I seen that somebody called the coronavirus the Kung Flu, which I think is fucking hilarious. And it was like, a thing where Donald Trump was having a press conference, and one of the reporters said that someone in the White House said that they refer to the COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, as the Kung Flu, which I think that is fucking hilarious. I don't think it's racist at all. Just like calling Chinese food, like, you know, no one thinks about ordering Chinese food and thinks that's racist. It's food that is made in China, and unfortunately, the fucking coronavirus was first founded in China. So I think calling it the Chinese, I think calling it the Kung Flu is kind of racist, but calling it the Chinese virus is not racist at all. But the Kung Flu is just fucking hilarious. Like the fact that people came up with that's pretty funny, but it is extremely racist. But you know, that's just like some dark humor that's pretty funny that happened, and I thought I would share that with you guys, because just thinking about fucking Trump calling it the Kung Flu on the fucking on national television, be like, yeah, the Kung Flu virus. The Kung Flu virus has started in New York and it's spread all the way over to California. We're doing our best to take care of this Kung Flu virus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it'd be fucking hilarious to have him like on TV calling it the Kung Flu virus. And the thing was, is when the reporter was asking him the question, he was trying to get her to say again. He was like, "What's the virus called again? Can you state that? Can you say what they said it was? That said it was again?" And she wouldn't like say it was the Kung Flu. She said, "Yeah, somebody in the White House said it, called it the Kung Flu." And you know, just the fact that people are that like creative with shit like this is kind of funny. So what I wrote down in here is kind of irrelevant to what I just told you, but I was thinking that if it got to Mission Essential and I was staying home playing video games all day, that I would, from 11 to like 4, I was going to be a DoorDash person. I actually signed up. Right now they don't need people in my area, but I looked up and they said they make like $15 to $20 an hour, which is pretty freaking good. You make a couple extra $100 during the week, and I would be getting paid from that. But that went into shambles when I got put on Mission Essential. But I was thinking about being a DoorDash person during the day, like sleeping into like 9, waking up, taking a shower, and then going and delivering food to people for 5 hours and just listening to podcasts and driving around and delivering food and making money. But I don't know if I've talked about the grocery shopping. I've talked about why did I put this? I'm trying to think when I went grocery shopping. I didn't go this week, so I definitely talked about the last time I went. It's fucking nuts, man. Like, everything was gone. People had their carts filled to the fucking brim of everything. I mean, I know I did talk about this because I talked about the hand sanitizer shit. Yeah, you guys shouldn't be using hand sanitizer like that. Like, wash your hands with, like, soap. So, another thing that came up that was big, what's going on is, so since it's kind of like a weird cycle because it could happen. So, do I want to offend anybody? I'm going to offend people. Okay. So, they said, I seen a post on Facebook saying that, the backbone of America is having to work through this virus while the snowflakes get put off. But I know that's not true. There's people who've been put off that have serious jobs and have jobs that mean a lot. But I thought that was funny because there's been a huge controversy on looting. And I know you guys think looting in fucking Call of Duty or Fortnite. Basically, people coming in, breaking into people's houses or robbing people's houses and taking their essentials because, one, everybody's buying every fucking like roll of toilet paper in existence and food and all that. So like, imagine somebody who has a job, they live off that job, and then that job's like, hey, go home. We don't know how long this coronavirus is going to last. We're not going to pay you. You can take leave or you can take PTO or if you want to make up for it, but we're not going to pay you. And then those people will go to the unemployment office and try to draw unemployment, and it doesn't happen. So basically what it is these people don't save up money because they live paycheck to paycheck, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, they get fired. They didn't get fired, but you basically get laid off. You're not going into work. 2 weeks later, you run out of water, you run out of toilet paper, you run out of soap, you run out of laundry detergent. You don't have fucking money to go to the goddamn grocery store and buy that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna rob your neighbor. You're gonna rob this place. You just watch these people buy all this shit. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sit outside the grocery store and you're gonna fucking rob these people. Tell them put this shit in your car. But there's been a huge thing about people coming into like staging like deliveries and all this stuff, getting people opening the doors and robbing them and taking their shit. So I haven't stacked up on ammo. I'm going to, but it's fucking crazy that people are this is coming to a thing, which I know they're trying to avoid because I think Bernie put out something that he was going to give $2,000 a month to every household in America, and Donald said he's going to give $1,000, which we'll talk about the Bernie situation first. Bernie says he's going to get Bernie Sanders isn't even going to be president. He's going to get beat by Joe Biden. Let's just say that. So Joe Biden's probably going to be the Democratic candidate for the next election, which Bernie Sanders, I think that Bernie Sanders is the only one who has a shot against Donald. But if Bernie doesn't get it, then guess what? Donald's going to be president for another 4 years. So, anyways, he's wanting to offer every household in America $2,000 a month while they're on quarantine. And I just want to give you a number and let you know how much that is. So I seen that and people were fucking excited about it on my Facebook. I'm like, dude, that's not going to happen. There's no way. I was like, yeah, you might think it's going to happen, but it's not. So, there is approximately 187 million households in America. So you take 187 million times $2,000 a month. That comes out to roughly 245 billion with a B dollars a month going out to people. Which, if one, where's the money coming from? Two, they're going to tax you 60% of that. So you're not even going to get the full 2K. They're going to tax the fuck out of that. So you're not even going to get the full 2K to where you can't even fucking pay rent. You can't even go buy groceries. If that does happen and they don't tax it, guess what? All the prices, gas prices and grocery prices, straight up. They're going way the fuck up. And then you're basically in the same situation as them pulling the 60% out. So I just don't understand where that's going to come from. And I know there's a bunch of people complaining like, I didn't choose this to be my thing where I got put out of work for fucking, 2 weeks because they consider my job as non-essential. Bitch, you did choose that. You cannot tell me that you were fucking born and you became this thing that you are. You weren't. You did choose it. You chose that fucking path. You went and you applied for that job. You went through an interview. You signed papers. You signed forms. And you chose to do that. It's your own fucking fault. That's my thing. And it's the same on the other side. I know for a fact I've seen fucking nurses, but like people who are nurses, we love nurses. Let's just get that straight. Nurses are essential. I would never want to do their job. I've seen them do their job. They have the worst fucking shifts ever. They do 12-hour shifts. Starting off, you do like 12-hour third shifts in like the fucking ER. Everything about being a nurse is sounds uninteresting to me whatsoever. You'd have to pay me a fucking bonkers amount of money to be a nurse. So I'm just going to put that out there. I would never want to be a nurse. Never. I think the people who aspire to be nurses, yeah, it's good money and you want to take care of people, but fuck me, dude. That's way too much shit. Nope. Like working those 12-hour shifts, working with some of the patients in there, just like, I just can't do it. Okay. Now I can manage nurses. I can do that, but I could not be a nurse. But it's the same thing on the other side of the fence. These nurses are complaining because they fucking are like, oh, we have to be exposed to this coronavirus because we're healthcare workers and we don't get the option and they're not going to make us go home, yada, yada, yada. And I have heard of cases where if a nurse has the coronavirus and they're short-staffed and they need people, she has to come in to help. But she'll have to go through a bunch of precautions, make sure she's not spreading her shit, which she probably will. But, like, those people, as far as nurses, you chose. Like, it's even worse because you just don't go into a hospital and hand them your fucking resume that you've worked at Hooters for 2 years. And before that, you were fucking working at the Produce Patch during high school. You don't hand them your fucking application and say, I want to be a nurse. Does not happen like that. You go through like 6 years of school, minimum. And then you fucking go through this long process. Like you have to do board testing. You have to jump through like a stupid amount of hoops to be a nurse. So when you're in that field and shit happens, you signed up for this. Like me personally, with my field, I can work on a piece of equipment and it could kill somebody. That person can sue me for a lot of money because I didn't do the right thing on that. Well, guess what? That's just part of my field. I signed up for that. I signed up to have people's hands in my life, or have people's lives in my hands, and have the potential. There's like a possibility. It's really slim, but there's a possibility that I could kill them and I could get sued for bonkers amounts of money. Same with, and then on the other side of the fence, bartenders, waitresses. Some of them motherfuckers make more than I do, and I have people's lives on my hands, and they make more. I know for a fact, because sometimes my sister brings more money home in a day than I do in 4 days. So I know it's fucking, I know. And she's not even a bartender. She's just a waitress at a small little rinky-dink place in a small little rinky-dink town. And she makes more money than me. Sometimes almost more money than I'm like in one day than I make in 3 to 4 days, which is bonkers. Now you got to imagine these people at these fucking 5-star restaurants, these huge seating restaurants. Like, they're making bank. So when the restaurants start shutting down because they don't want people within 6 feet of each other to spread viruses, and your job goes down the drain. My thing is you chose to do that. Like, you applied to do that, and you didn't think about, like, nobody thinks about the possibility of a huge virus coming through and shutting down the place to where nobody can come and dine in and sit in. But, like, the backhand version of that is you fucking chose that, and now you have to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, you just do. And I don't know, dude. It's just your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your problem. Like, me personally, I chose this field because it made good money, and I know that I can work any. There's not a fucking state that I can't work in. I can work in any fucking state. I can work in any country. If there's a hospital there, I can work there. That's why I chose this field. So I mean, yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy how people are just like getting butthurt over this and thinking like the fucking government's gonna save you. They're not at all. So yeah. The coronavirus, I've heard these conspiracy theories, and I think they're pretty cool, and I'm gonna talk about them. So, one conspiracy theory that I liked and might believe is that Mother Nature created this virus to reset the environment, to reset humans. If you think about it, right now is the virus was the cause, and the effect is humans being quarantined and staying home. And social media is such a huge thing. So with people staying home, you're closer with your family. You get connected with your family more. You connected with your kids more. You're not out doing bad shit, like fucking doing drugs or fucking getting in fights with people, or, I mean, there's like a slew of things. But as far, they said like there was like a couple places like Venice, Italy, like the waterways in there. I know they said like you weren't able to see the bottom for like 60 years. And since people aren't going out and they're quarantined, and that the water's like clear as can be. You can see the fish. You can like see the bottom of the waterways. There's swans that are coming back. So it's like the Venice that people always think about, where it's like there's like Italian dude with some like black stripe. He's got like a mustache, and he's rowing you and your loved one through this like beautiful like underground waterway, and you can see the cities, and there's swans like fucking swimming in front of you. Like, that's like a reality thing now. Like, I know that stereotyped that place so bad, and I'm sorry, but like that's like a thing like that. And there was like another thing they said, there was like some mountains in China that you weren't able to see. Like, you could stand on this mountain and not see this mountain because of the amount of fog and like the pollution and shit in China. But since everybody's being quarantined, you can actually see it. So it's like cool Holy shit, that scared me. The wind picked up. So it's kind of cool that the earth is kind of getting a reset from how humans are fucking it up so badly. That I thought that those were some cool things to touch on, especially the Venice, Italy one. You'll have to look that one up. That one's actually really cool. You could just like watch videos on YouTube of Venice. There's people probably that vlog that, but if you go look at pictures now, it's like clear water because they aren't stirring up the sand and the mud and all that shit. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna talk about this. Apparently, and all these, I don't know if they're true. This is just what I've fucking read on the internet, and you know how that goes. But apparently, Canada might have found a cure for the coronavirus. Wow, Brad, that's great. I'm not shocked that it was Canada. You want to know why? Let's talk about Canadians. I feel like you never hear anything bad about Canada. You never hear of anything bad going on in Canada. You have good fucking people up there. And apparently there's been a vaccine, not a cure, a vaccine to the COVID-19, which I'm going to pause the Canada story, which I was talking to someone and they think that since the COVID-19 is so contagious now and there's no cure yet, that they are going to have to create vaccines just like the flu when you do flu shots so that you don't get the coronavirus. That the coronavirus is a more intensive flu version that is going to be happening year round. And this is the first time we've had experience of it, and that we are going to eventually have to get vaccines for it and get corona shots to help us avoid getting it when the flu season comes around. And it's just going to be a normal thing that comes, which is scary in a way, because look at how everyone's reacting now to it. Anyways, Canada has potentially found a vaccine, not a cure, for this. I don't think that will come to the news anytime soon because, one, I don't know if it's true, and two, we haven't even got to the point where people can go into the doctor and get tested on the daily. Like, we don't know that. You can go to any urgent care in America and get tested for the flu, but you can only go a handful of places in America to get tested for the coronavirus. And I think right now, the test kits that we do have takes like 3 to 4 days to get the results back. And I know that there's been test kits that are being made that you get results back in 15 minutes. But you got to think, you can't, like, we have 300 million people in America, right? And this isn't just a virus that is in America. It's all over the world. So the whole fucking world is trying to get this test kit. It's going to be a while before it gets anywhere near where we are. So, I mean, you know. But apparently Canada found a vaccine. And here's why I'm not surprised. Like I said, Canadians, fucking genius. I don't know if they're geniuses, but good people. I know a lot of people were talking about when Trump became president going up to Canada. I think that Canadians have better lifestyles than we do down here. They're probably way happier than we are. Here's the fucking kicker. Marijuana is literally legal all across the country in Canada. I guarantee the person who gets this vaccine fucking rolls up and they just thought of some crazy shit and they tried it and it fucking works. So why the shit is it not happening in the U.S., Donald? Huh? What the fuck's going on? What's going on in that fucking chair up there? You know? You need to be fucking we can drink this shit. We can't fucking smoke a nice old blunt to help us go to sleep at night. I think they fucking make weed illegal because it helps you. And they don't want... If there was a fucking pill out there that was made to where people survive for fucking ever, guess what? They would make that illegal. But, I mean, people are going to argue and say, well, fucking cocaine's illegal, heroin's illegal. Name me, like, dude, like, look at Joe Rogan, dude. Look at Joe Rogan. Like, look at all these successful people that smoke weed, dude. Like, dude, it's just because you unlock and you just forget about everything and you're, like, not, like, thinking, like, you're not, because everybody has it to where it's yourself and your conscience. And your conscience is usually the one thing that stops you from doing shit that you want to do, or, like, dragging yourself down and shit like that. Well, when you're fucking high, your conscience isn't thinking about, dragging yourself down. Your conscience thinking about whatever. And if you can actually, like, learn to, smoke and do things productively, I think it will be beneficial to a lot of people. But I think what they think is when you smoke, it makes you lazy. Like, when you drink, doesn't that make you fucking stupid? So what's the difference? Like, what's the difference? Like, you can drink any time of the day. I can wake up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning before I go to work and drink. Now, if I go into work, I'm going to get fired. But why? Well, like, what's it matter? You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that fucking drink in America. And all it does is all this shit does is cause you health problems. It really does. It's just not good for you. It fucking weakens your immune system. It fucking is damaging to your liver. And obviously marijuana is not inhaling shit is not obviously the best thing for you. But if there's something that fucking cures cancer, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too fucking bad for you. It's definitely better than this. And you can get this shit anytime, any day, anywhere. I can get this shit anywhere. Literally. Drinking beer, get it anywhere. You can go to fucking restaurants and get this shit. That's what's fucking crazy about this. Now imagine going to a restaurant and they offer you an appetizer, and your appetizer is a nice big old fucking beezy, and you fucking smoke that, and then you eat. I think it's fucking crazy. The marijuana thing fucking blows my mind. Plus, the other thing is I don't know if they just made it a state decision, which is fucking stupid. Tell me why the fuck something is legal in one state and not legal in the other. How does that make any sense? You're telling me that I can drive right now 2 hours north and I can go and buy some fucking weed. I can go to the city park, spark up, smoke a blunt right in the city park. Fucking have cops drive by. They can't do anything. But I go to Indiana, I can't even buy weed from like an actual organization or an actual dispensary. So let's say I get weed from Michigan, right? And I cross the border. I'm 2 steps inside Indiana. And I smoke a blunt, I go to jail. Tell me how the fuck that makes any sense. How does that make any sense? And why is it these random fucking states? Like, what are the states? Colorado, California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada. Here's the biggest fucking kicker. Virginia is illegal. It is illegal to smoke. It might be medically, but recreational, no. But in Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the U.S., you can smoke weed there. And it's in Virginia. But if you go outside Washington, D.C. and smoke a fucking blunt, you go to jail. How does that make any sense? Here's the other thing. You can smoke weed medically, but you can't smoke it recreationally. So if you're using it for medicine, and there's no way to overdose on it, and I know that for a fact. If you think you can overdose on fucking marijuana, I'm pretty sure Wiz Khalifa says he smokes like 48 blunts a day. Go look at Steve Will Do It's fucking channel. He eats like, I don't know, like 4,000 to 6,000 milligrams of edible gummies. Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson, those motherfuckers smoke way more than you've ever smoked in your whole life. And I just don't understand. And what the fuck's going on, you know? So confused about the whole weed situation, and I want to know what you guys think, because like I've told my whole fucking family this. I said, listen, I don't care what you guys think about smoking weed. I have smoked weed. I like smoking weed. Do I smoke weed now? No. Because one, I don't want to go to jail. Some places it's a fucking felony how much you have. Some places it's a misdemeanor. Some places it's a fucking, they write you a ticket and take your shit and make you go home. I don't want any of that on my record. Two, I work in healthcare. We don't know how that's going to fucking work. Three, I work with government. It has to be federally legal to even fucking, for any of those guys to fucking smoke it. But in the place where our fucking White House is, they can smoke. Tell me how that makes any sense. I bet Donald fucking, when he goes to the White House, he just fucking like, hey, bring me. And they just bring him like fucking a big old beezy. He's fucking sparks down, fucking goes to bed. Probably happens, you know? But it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I do think that marijuana will eventually be legal recreationally across the board, not federally. Federally will probably be like 10 years. Across the board, I say 3 to 5 years. And when that does happen, instead of alcohol sitting here, we will have some joints. I'm just saying, I will probably quit drinking. I will probably only drink every now and then, but like, you know, this shit just like helps me like forget about shit. It loosens me up, you know? And I don't really feel good when I drink, and usually when I drink too much, I feel like shit, but if I smoke too much, I'll just sleep for a really long time and wake up and be all right. But I think that the people who encourage, like, who think drinking is okay and smoking weed is not, is fucking stupid. You're stupid. It's what you are. And I have seen a couple things, because I think it happened in Pennsylvania, and I think it's happening in Indiana, is they're talking about closing down liquor stores. What's the reason behind it? I don't know. Maybe to piss some fucking people off. But liquor does weaken your immune system. It might be that since the coronavirus is coming on, but nobody really thinks of shit the right way. And the one like, I know for a fact the huge reason I want to be, I can't really say that. I mean, there's like a big factor of me being able to being either one, a rapper, or two, a Twitch streamer or YouTuber, is one, I don't get drug tested. I don't have to worry about my job. And I can move to a place where I can go and smoke when I need, and I don't need, and I wouldn't drink at all. I wouldn't. A lot of my family doesn't like the fact that I drink, but it's my decision, and they do it. And honestly, I personally look forward to having smoking with my mom, smoking with my dad, maybe smoking with my grandma if that shit ever comes around, smoking with my friends. Can you believe that my best friends, I've never smoked with them. I've never smoked a blunt with them, but we get drunk all the time. Dude, shit that would be the funniest. The best vlogs that I ever make will be the day that it becomes recreational in Indiana and I can go home and smoke with them and record it. that vlog, that's when I will become a famous YouTuber, because we would have the funniest fucking vlogs, guaranteed. I mean, we already had good vlogs when we were doing the fucking drinking stuff. Imagine smoking. And the fact that my 4 of my best friends, I haven't smoked with them. One of them doesn't even smoke. The other one has never, well, 2 of them have never smoked, and 2 of them have, and one of them is a stoner, just like I would be, and we would all fucking have a good time. I can tell you that. But like, the fact that it's just not legal here is just stupid. So if Canada becomes the one that finds a vaccine, it's because they smoked a good old blunt, and then they went back into the shop and be like, listen, I think I have an idea, and it worked. That's my thesis on it. And, I think it's stupid. I don't think smoking weed's bad for you. I think smoking in general is not good for you, but when you're smoking weed, it's different. But I know a lot of people ask me, no, I don't smoke. The last time I smoked was TwitchCon in 2018. So that was September-ish of 2018 is the last time that I've smoked. And we were in California and it was legal. So yeah. Yeah, we were talking about liquor stores. Liquor stores possibly closing because of that. And the fucked up thing is people are freaking out about it. I think it might be a good thing. It might be good for people to fucking... What they should do is close all the liquor stores for a month, get people off their fucking binge drinking, and then say, hey, all liquor stores are going to be permanently closed. You can no longer drink alcohol in the U.S. Will no longer serve they're going to serve beer. But liquor, no more liquor. You can't buy it. You can't buy it at liquor stores. You can't buy it at restaurants. You can still buy beer. And because I think that would satisfy most people. Like, you can still buy beer and all that, but you can't just buy like fucking bourbon and whiskey, which that's what I usually drink, but I'd be good with drinking a beer every now and then. And instead of liquor, they open up dispensaries on the liquor side of the store. So you walk into the store, bam, right here's your bud, bam, right here's your beer. So you go to the Double B store, go get your bud, go get your beer, go home. You're in the clear. You know what I'm saying? But, I know we talked about a lot of good stuff, and I feel way better because there's some shit, like, I know I tweeted out, like, my anxiety's been fucking high this week because all the shit that's happened, and I was just really excited to fucking record this podcast and talk about it. I'm real excited you guys are enjoying the podcast, because, honestly, I like this just as much as I like doing it with normal people, and it's kind of like, instead of going to a therapist, I know I'm talking to myself and I'm like pretending that I'm talking to people. It makes me feel way better, honestly, and I like doing it. And yeah, but yeah, let's go back to the camera equipment and stuff. I'm not real tech savvy when it comes to knowing what cameras to use. I have never looked into that because I've never need it. But what I want is I want to take this mic, and I have a different stand that I would take if I went to places. Take that, get a MacBook, bring my camera, and fucking record podcast wherever the fuck I wanted. And just basically talk about how my week was and vent about random shit that's going on. I just kind of started at a good time because there's so much crazy shit going on. I have shit to talk about for fucking days. I mean, I didn't think that I would get through everything, and let me double check that I did, because I thought yeah. I talked about a lot of shit in here. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I got. If you guys personally would like to put things down in the comments for me to talk about in these, I'll do it. You know, if it's something that I have a little bit interest in, and you know, I can do some research on it, I'll do it. There's a lot of things that I'll talk about really fucking anything. There's not really a cap on what's going on here. I do have people from work watching, so I really don't care, you know, what I talk about. So, you know, and we'll kind of pick and choose, but yeah, I've had some good feedback from everybody that's watched the videos in person and online. These are like honestly, the one thing that I look forward to when like Monday, I wake up and I'm like, always thinking, write down shit to talk about in your podcast. And I'll just go throughout my day and I'll think about something, bam, put it in my phone, and I know I'm going to talk about that because I can rant about it or I can like share my opinion on it. So yeah. I appreciate you guys watching. That's really all I have. And like I said, let me know what you think about down in the comments. As far as what I talked about, if you have an opinion, put it down in there. And like I said, all these shit that I was saying was my opinion. Like none of this fact checked that I said. It's all stuff that I've personally experienced, that I've seen, and then my opinion on it. That's basically what it is. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I was looking at the numbers, and 60% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. There's 30% who isn't. So that 30%, make sure you hit the sub button. I kind of set a goal to hit 50K by Halloween. So if we keep doing these and we keep like making COD videos, we might be able to hit 50K. We're at 34 right now, I think 34, 35. But yeah, sub if you want to. And yeah, eventually once this coronavirus shit cools down and people are able to go to events and stuff, like right now it's looking like TwitchCon isn't gonna happen, but we'll fucking see. What I'm planning on doing is every night of TwitchCon is doing a podcast with somebody. So I think that's another cool thing about it, is being able to go to gaming events, sitting someone down, having a chat with them about fucking whatever. It doesn't even have to be about gaming. And doing that, I know there's a couple people in mind I have right now that I want to do that with. Grincha, me and him are talking about going to TwitchCon, but by the sounds of it, he isn't saving up money for it. He's one person I'd like to get on the podcast. I know that if I can probably get some type of following for the BLS Experience, I could probably go to a gaming event and get some FaZe members. Or what I would really be interested in is Butters. I think if I went to an Atlanta event, we could probably talk about bourbon for an hour, and you know, do a bourbon tasting while we do have a conversation. I think that would be cool. I think she would be I think she would be a good person. And I know they're gonna have shit down in Atlanta. Atlanta's like 7 hours from me, but I would fly. So there's a lot of things that I can see. There's a lot of different courses I can see the podcast doing. I like it. And yeah, we'll just see where it goes. So I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, put them down in the description, and not the description, in the comments, or you can tweet them at me. I'm on Twitter all the time, so you can hit me up with those. But yeah, guys, this has been your boy BLS. I appreciate you guys listening. Oh, fuck. There's one more thing. So if we ended up getting a lot of people to participate in leaving suggestions to talk about, we can shorten the episodes to 40 minutes and do 2 a week. I think we can manage that. But it's really up to you guys. I do like the reason I say that is because Monday, I'm thinking, fuck, I want to record a podcast, but I gotta wait till the weekend to do it so I can drink. But I would be super open with having a whiskey Wednesday, drinking, and basically uploading on Wednesday, uploading a gaming video on Friday, then uploading the regular podcast on Sunday, so you guys would get 2. That has crossed my mind. For now, we're gonna stick with 1. Stick with, me keeping my topics, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, this has been your boy BLS. I'll talk to you guys later. Aww. Peace out.